Right. Okay. Okay, guys. So don't change the preferred owner and possible owners, guys. Okay, until and unless if you have any clear instructions, you can change it. But usually, if it is not running, if your SQL resources are not running from preferred owner, try to fail over it, but not immediately. Check it whether it is running from preferred owner or not. Okay, it is not running from where we can go, guys. Go to the resource group, right click, go to the properties, and there on that general tab itself you can see what is the preferred owner and what is the possible owners, or else you can see from here also. Cancel it. Preferred owners you can see right here. Click on this user settings. Here also you can directly see, guys. Okay, here also you can directly see. If you see any node means that's fine. Sometimes you can see any node, guys, like this. Okay, now you can see here preferred owner, any node. Any node means it can run from any node, means there is no preferred owner enabled for this application. It can run from any node, no issues. But if any preferred owner is set, okay, imagine node 1 is a preferred owner. Okay, now then in that case you can see preferred owners means user settings. If you see user settings means preferred owner is there. If you see any node means there is no preferred owner, it can run from any node, no issues. Okay, so directly click on user settings. You can see B42 node 1 is the preferred owner, and which is running from B42 node 1, so it is running from preferred owner only, so no issues with the performance. Okay, no issues, no challenges and all. Happily you can leave it. If it is not running from preferred owner, what you have to do, guys, tell to your manager, okay, it's not running from preferred owner, we have to failover. Take the approval, guys. Again, failover will take a less than 1 minute. Okay, failover will take less than 1 minute if everything looks good. It may take 10 minutes if something went wrong. It may take 1 hour if something went wrong. So you cannot expect, okay, I can complete failover in 1 minute, so why I have to take approval again for 1 minute? And chalo, if everything looks good, you can complete failover in 1 minute. But imagine if something went wrong, if the failover is not happening, if the resources are down for half an hour, your application is down, right? Your application is down for half an hour, right? It is not failover to the node 2, nor it is not running from node 1. It was simply the resources are stuck between node 1 and node 2. In that case, how you are going to manage the things? Failover is failed. How you will manage the things? So 1 minute or 100 minutes, it might take. We cannot guess how much time it will take to failover, guys. 99% is it will be failover in less than 1 minute. But if everything is healthy, it will be failover in less than 1 minute. Okay, if it is not good, it might take half an hour also. So you cannot guess how much time it will take to failover. So that's why it's always better to take approvals and failover it, guys. Simply if you do the failover, that's it. Okay, that is the last day for your job. Don't do failover without change request. Don't do failover without having any approvals. Sometimes, okay, Windows team will do patching on Saturday, Sunday. Okay, on Monday you will log into the shift and you will check it, or Sunday itself people DBS will be there and DBS will check it. They can't check all the servers, all the clusters. They might miss 1 or 2 clusters. On Monday some customers will complain as, hey, I'm like my application is too slow. Then we'll log into the machine, we'll see the application is not running from preferred owner. Okay, chalo, what we can do, you can ask customer, it's not running from preferred owner, do you want me to the failover? If customer is okay, raise the change request and failover. If customer is not okay, chalo, no problem, leave it, we'll see in the next weekend. Okay, then you have to plan the activity for the next weekend, next Saturday or Sunday, guys. Is it clear about preferred owner?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, fine. Okay, possible owner, guys. Where we can see the possible owner, go to your resources, go to your database engine, right click, go to the properties. Okay, go to the advanced policies. There you can see possible owners. Okay, let me uncheck this. You can see possible owners, right? Node 1 and node 2 both are in possible owners list, right? I want to uncheck this node 2, means I am removing node 2 from the possible owners list. Is it clear, guys? What is meant by uncheck? What is the meaning of uncheck? I am removing, okay, my node 2 from the possible owners list. So that means, okay, now can I fail over this application to my node 2, guys?
No, sir.
We'll try. Okay, double click on node 2. It's not going actually. If you see here, the action can't completed. Okay, and click on the information details, guys. The action move did not complete. Click on the show details. The operation failed because either the specified cluster node is not the owner of the group, or the node is not a possible owner of the group. It is clearly saying the node which you are trying to fail over, it's not possible owner of the group. Okay, guys, how to fix it? Again, right click, properties, go to the same window, advanced policies, add node to in the possible owners list, apply. Okay, now you do the failover, it will be failover, guys. Move, right click, move, select node, node 2. Now see here, all the resources are going on down. Earlier it is node 1, now it is node 2, guys. Okay, now it was failover successfully. So this is how your possible owner will work, guys. Is it clear? And if it is not failover to the other node, check whether it is in the possible failover list or not. If it is not in the possible failovers list, possible node, okay, then check with your manager once. Can we enable this as a possible owner or not? If he says, okay, no problem, you can enable it, then enable it and you can do the failover, guys. Okay, this is how we'll manage the preferred owners and possible owners. Is it clear, guys? What is the meaning of preferred owner and possible owner? Anyone having any issues? How to do the automatic failover? Can you tell me? How can we do the automatic failover, guys?
If
Yeah, tell me, how can we do the automatic failover?
if server down, it will automatically fail over, right?
Correct. Okay. So
Mm.
what I have to do if I want to show you the
Mm.
automatic failover?
You need to get down that node 2, sir.
Whichever is owner node, if
Node
I restart the server, automatically the resources
it
will
will
be go to your node 1. Now it is node 2, right? Possible owner, preferred owner is node 2. I mean, like now the cluster owner is node 2. When I rebooted the node 2 machine, automatically it will be up and running from node 1, guys. Okay, any issues, any doubts in the cluster setup? Any issues, guys, in the failover cluster manager, in the SQL clustering, in the Windows clustering? Any doubts, let me know. Otherwise, we'll jump into always on.
patching is as usual, right, sir?
Patching,
Normal.
as discussed, patching, guys,
Yes.
same for. Tell me how to do the patching in the for HADR machines.
We need to patch for secondary.
First, check the failover
Yes,
test.
sir.
Okay, then do the, if node 2 is secondary, patch node 2 first. Nothing is going to be impacted. Why? Because your application will be up and running from node. Imagine if it is active, how you are going to do the patching, guys? Tell me. Active setup. How you are going to do the
Make it
patching?
active passive, sir.
How can we
Mm.
change the setup into active passive?
Failover. Failover.
That's it. Okay, so imagine I want to patch this setup, guys. From one server Flipkart is running, from another server Amazon is running, or two different applications are running from two different servers. So what I have to do, I want to patch this setup. First, failover this Amazon instance to node 1. Okay, so make sure no applications are running from node 2. Make sure this is a completely passive node. Then patch this node 2, guys. Once patching is successfully done, either SQL patching or Windows patching. Okay, once patching is, and patching process is same setup file will be there. There will be no separate setup files for the clustering, guys. Same SPs, same CUs and all. Okay, there is no separate what we can say updates for cluster instance. You have to open the same setup file. You have to run as administrator. Same options, next patch. Okay, the options are not going to be changed. Everything is same. The thing is, make sure the node is passive node and patch the passive node first. Then once patching is done, then what you have to do, failover all the applications. Here now we have application, Amazon application is there, Flipkart application is there. Failover these two applications to node 1, node 2. Now this node will become passive node. Once this node becomes passive node, you have to patch this node 1. Once patching is successfully done, what we have to do, guys?
Fail back.
Fail back the earlier. Before patching, what is the state? Amazon is running from node 2, Flipkart is running from node 1, right? After patching also same state should be there. So just fail over only Flipkart database server to node 1 and leave the Amazon as it is. So before patching, what is the status? What is the state? After patching also same state should be there. This is how you are going to do a patching, guys. Clear? I have a question, guys. How to add file in my cluster SQL clustering, guys? SQL cluster instance. How can we add files, database files? What precautions I have to take to add database files on my SQL cluster instance?
Path should be same. No, sir. No, sir. Because
No,
this
yeah,
search
it is.
Tell me, guys. Any precautions I have to take?
No need, sir.
No need, sir. It has its own right.
As it is shared drive.
Correct. Okay, as it is shared drive, there is no question of path.
Yes.
There is no question of path, guys. Only one resource is up and running from either of the node. Okay, so nothing to worry about your paths and all. Only one path, only one shared drive is there. Only one shared resource is there. Okay, so there is nothing. That's why, see, if synchronization is there, it will create a problem. Okay, paths and all should be same. But in the clustering, there is no data synchronization, right?
Yes.
So there is no question of, okay, synchronization, always on availability groups. I hope you know how this AOAG, guys, we'll call this as AOAG, always on AOAG, always on availability groups. Okay, so you all knows how it will work. So again, no need to explain. How mirroring will work in the same way your always on also will work, guys. How mirroring will work in the same way as it is. Same. There is no difference. There are small differences are there. What is the difference between mirroring and always on? They will ask you in the interview. So I'll tell you those things, guys. Can anyone tell me what are the differences between always on and mirroring? Any basic?
Mirror
always
servers can
on
be
in
accessed.
Okay,
Mirror,
groups of
yeah.
database, we can do it in always on availability.
very good. Next,
Mirror servers can be accessed while they are participating in mirrors.
mirror servers can be accessed. Oh, is it?
In always on availability, sir.
Means in always on we can read the data from secondary. That's what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. 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 Next.
There is
Next. Any other advantages, disadvantages, guys?
that's
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Okay. Yes, guys, whatever you mentioned, those two are very important. Those two are the main differences between your always on and mirroring. Firstly, always on is a group level configuration. Means mirroring usually you have to configure on each database, right? Whatever databases you want to enable the mirroring. On each database, same procedure you have to follow to configure the mirroring, guys. And in the mirroring, the secondary is not readable. It will be in restoring state always. In the mirroring, the secondary is not readable. It will be in restoring state always. Whereas in the always on, the secondary is readable. Read write. Oh, I'm sorry. Read only. The secondary replica will call the servers as replicas, guys. Primary replica, secondary replica. Okay, we'll call the servers as replicas. primary replica. All other secondary servers are secondary replicas only. Okay, this is my primary replica. Remaining all other secondary servers are secondary replicas. Now tell me, always on is one-to-one or one-to-many? Your mirroring is one-to-one or one-to-many?
Mirroring one to one, sir.
One-to-one, sir, mirroring.
Okay, means only one secondary database you can configure for one principal database, right? One mirror database you can configure, right? Whereas your always on is one-to-many, guys. For one primary replica, you can go for multiple secondary replicas, guys. You can go for multiple secondary replicas. So depends upon the version of the SQL Server. In SQL Server 2012, you can have 4 secondary replicas. In SQL Server 2014, 4 secondary replicas. In SQL Server 2016, 6 secondary replicas. In SQL Server 2017 and 2019, 8 secondary replicas, guys. Okay, means for one primary replica, maximum you can configure 8 secondary replicas. Of course, no one will configure. Mostly in the organization, people will configure 2 secondary replicas. Okay, one is synchronous, one is asynchronous, guys. Right? Okay, so in the always on, once you created this AZ group, just a group, once you created AZ group, availability group, okay, next time if you want to enable this feature on any of the database, simply add the database into AZ group. That's it, very easy. Like adding article into the existing replication, how easy it is. In the same way, first you will create AZ group. Next, if anyone is looking for the always on the database, no need to create. If you want, you can create separate AZ group. That's different thing. Sir, can we create multiple AZ groups? Happily, you can create multiple AZ groups if you want. But if you don't want multiple AZ groups, you can manage it a single AZ group. Okay. What you have to do simply, when an AZ group is created, next time if anyone is looking for availability AZ feature on the database, simply we can add the database to the existing AZ group, or you can create a separate AZ group, guys. Is it clear? The remaining synchronous, asynchronous and all same, it will work. Okay, a separate channel will be there, guys. A separate channel will be there and it will work based on the endpoints. Okay, it will work based on the endpoints. Okay, same port numbers. Okay, you can use 5023, guys. 5022 if you use it for mirroring, you can start using 5023. You cannot use 5022 for mirroring, and same port number you cannot use it for either mirroring and you're always on, guys. Okay, if you use it 5022 for mirroring, you have to use 5023 for always on, guys. Same port number cannot be used for mirroring and always on. Okay, of course, from here you know, right, how the data will flow. Application. Right. Okay. So this time your application, it won't connect to the databases directly, guys. This time your application won't connect to the databases directly. Okay. So we have a separate setup, guys. We have a separate setup called, can anyone tell me?
Router,
Router.
as you mentioned.
That's okay. Okay, just for diagram, I mentioned router, guys. Of course. Okay, of course, the name is not router, but it will act as a router only. Okay, that is called listener. Okay, availability group listener. Okay, so let me draw completely. Your application will be directly connected to the listener, guys. Okay, your listener is an intelligent, okay, system. It's like a traffic police, guys. How traffic police will organize the traffic, okay? Left side, right side, straight, okay? So how it will organize the traffic? In the same way, let me go with this, not this one, with this. Right. So your application will be directly connected to the router, guys. Okay. So your router will decide, okay, depends upon the transactions. It will decide, guys, to which replica it has to send the traffic. I told you, right? Your second replica is a read only, right? So what it will do, guys? Okay. So it will manage like this. All read write operations like inserts, update, deletes, it will send it to your primary replica. All read only operations like select query and backup query, it will send it to the secondary replica, guys. You can make use of the secondary replica. Your select queries and backup queries will always run from secondary replica only. And the databases will be online, but readable, only readable, not read write, guys. Databases will be online. You cannot see standby state and all. Usually, if it is in standby state, you can see read write, read only, right? The databases are read only. The databases will be online, but you can run only select queries and backup. Backup is also one kind of select query only. Agree? Agree, guys? This is called listener. Listener will route the traffic. It will act as a router. Okay. LISTENER, always on listener. Okay. Each group will have its own listeners, guys. Each group will have its own listeners. So when any insert come, okay, this is my application. Let me go like this. Flipkart, or this time we'll go with the Licious. Okay, Licious application. So, okay, so whenever any transaction comes from this Licious application, it will goes to your listener. Listener will decide whether this transaction is a select or insert or update or delete. If it is insert, update, delete, listener will send the traffic to the primary replica. Okay. If it is select query, okay, it will send the traffic to the second replica. Or if it is backup query, it will send the traffic to the, it will send that query to the second replica. Means load balancer. Listener will act as a load balancer, guys. You know load balancer, how to balance the load and all. You know, right? So in 10 transactions, it is sending 8 transactions to your primary, 2 transactions to your secondary. Means it is going to balance the load. Earlier, we don't have this setup. All the transactions has to touch the primary or principal. Now we have the excellent, beautiful feature. Always on is an excellent feature, guys. It was introduced from SQL Server 2012 version. For earlier versions, you don't have this feature. From 2012 onwards, you can work, you can use this feature, guys. Excellent feature. Nowadays, most of the people are using always on. Definitely, they will have always on. Easy to maintain, easy to configure, no headaches and all, guys. Very simple setup. Very simple setup, guys. And it is going to balance the load also. It is going to share the traffic. It is going to share the load between the replicas. So earlier, you have to take backups from primary. Backups means performance killers. But this time you can avoid taking backups from primary. You can use secondary. You can use secondary because same data will be there, right? So whenever you trigger a backup, automatically it will run from the secondary replica, guys. Automatically it will run from secondary replica. Of course, you can, of course, sir, is it mandatory? Do I need to use secondary replica or can I use primary? You can use primary also. But 99% will set up that option as prefer secondary. I'll show you that setup. Okay, in that setup, prefer primary, primary only, secondary only, any node. Like that, you will get 4 options. Of course, we'll choose prefer secondary only, so that all the backup queries, all the select queries will run from secondary replica. And again, synchronous and asynchronous always on. Synchronous means, you know, right? Application, any request comes from the application. First, it will go to the primary replica database log file. Then that database will send the transactions, okay, towards your secondary replica. Once the transaction is applied on the second replica will send an acknowledgement to the primary replica. primary replica, okay, then the same transaction will be applied on the primary replica, guys. This is your synchronous, right? What is meant by asynchronous, guys?
First commit in primary replica
Correct.
and then go to secondary replica.
Correct. Okay.
Don't care about acknowledgement.
Don't care about acknowledgement. Okay. It won't wait for acknowledgement. That's it. Okay. I just
Yes.
want to simplify. That's why I used that word. Last time one student told don't care about the acknowledgement in the interview. Then he started asking questions. How come it won't care? How can you say like that? It won't wait for the acknowledgement. Whereas in the primary, it will wait for the acknowledgement. Okay, in the second, in the synchronous, your primary will wait for the acknowledgement. In the asynchronous, your primary won't wait for the acknowledgement, guys. That's it. Okay. It will keep pushing without waiting for the acknowledgement. It will keep pushing the transactions towards your second replica side. Okay. So this is how the data will be synchronized, guys. Okay. In the control Z. Right. This is how the data will be synchronized between your primary replica and second replica. Is it clear, guys? Any issues, any doubts? The always on. That's it. It's not okay. We have already discussed all the topics. So it's a collection of you can easily say it's a collection of your mirroring and log shipping, guys. Log shipping secondary is readable, agree?
Yes, sir.
Right? Log shipping can have multiple secondaries, agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, log shipping will work on jobs, but here we don't have job setup. Mirroring will work. Okay, a separate communication channel will be created in the mirroring. Here also separate communication channel is created. Okay, so we have synchronous and asynchronous in the mirroring. Here also we have synchronous and asynchronous. So your always on is a combination of log shipping, mirroring, and replication also. Replication, you can add each article whenever you want. You can add the specific article, guys, once the setup is completed. In the always on also you can do the same thing. Once you have configured AG group, okay, you can add another database to the existing AG group, guys. A single database you can add. No need to configure AG for again third database. You can simply add that database into the existing AG group. Very easy. I'll show you how to do that. We'll get regular tickets for that. Okay, it's a combination of your log shipping, mirroring, and replication. You can say like this. And if you ask, if the interviewer asks, how can you please explain? Then you can elaborate all these features. Then you will be happy. And if something happened, guys, tell me one of my database is down. In these three databases, one of my database is down. Now tell me only the database will be failover or the whole group itself will be failover to the next availability replica, guys. Tell me. I need answers from everyone. Okay, yes or no, or means single database means answer it as a single database, or if it is a group means type answer as a group. Okay, I'm waiting for your answers in the chat, guys. Tell me, a single database will be failover to the next replica, or the whole group will be failover to the next replica. Waiting for the answers. Come on, guys, got only 12 answers.
Sir, we can call it as a database level HDR feature or instance.
You have to tell me once after the discussion is completed. Now you're asking database level or what level you're asking now. Got only 16 answers, guys. Try it, guys. What happened? Just database or a group? Just try it. Type anything, no problem. Got only 18 answers. I don't know what happened to other people. If I'm asking, okay, chalo, let's reply. Only 3 or 4 people will be interactive, very interactive, guys. Other people, if I keep on asking, let's ask for 10 times, then I'll reply. I'm not an ordinary kid, no, like that they will feel. Okay. So Ramapriya said group, Roja said single. Okay. Anand group, Madhavi single, Pravina group, Swati group, Raghu single, Shravan group, Murli group, Swati group, Maleshwara group, Dhananjay group, Anuj group, group. Okay. So tell me, Roja, you said single. Roja, Madhavi, Raghu, and who else, guys? 3 people said single. Right. Those who said single, please tell me, guys. Okay. Madhavi, you also said single, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me now. Why single? What about other databases? Is it possible like a single failover, single database failover?
The always on that's the reason, just simply said, sir. I don't know the exact reason.
Okay, no problem.
But
Okay.
it may support like that.
Okay, done. So guys, the answer is group only. It will work as a group. Okay, it will fail over as a group. The whole group itself will be failover, guys. Again, not single databases and all. Okay, it won't work for single databases. If something happened, then what is the use of the group in that case? If it is going to work as a single database, single entity, why we have to create a group? No need, right?
No, if an instance fails, so
If the instance fails, the whole group itself will be failover.
yeah, that's అందుకనే సార్ సింగిల్ అవుతుందని అనుకున్నా.
Okay. No, it's not like single, guys. Okay, the whole group itself will be failed. Even the instance is failed. Now tell me, if instance is failed, how come it will be a single database failover? All the databases has to be failover, right? In that case,
No, sir. If an instance fail, in that case only a group, the whole group will be fail.
I got you. If the instance failed, then only group will be failover, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
fine. Okay, but it is not going to work like that, guys. It will work as a group only. Okay, just 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute. Amma illara nana.
Hello, Anand.
Yes, Raghu.
Yeah, bro. Is it database level or instance level?
bro.
ఇది డేటాబేస్ లెవెల్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ లెవెల్ సార్ చెప్పారేమో నేను మైట్ బి మిస్ అయిపోయి ఉంటా ఆ పాయింట్.
ఇది గ్రూప్ లెవెల్ డేటాబేస్ కరెక్ట్ అయినా సరే సెకండరీ రెప్లికా పోతుంది, ఇన్స్టాన్స్ ఫెయిల్ అయినా సరే సెకండరీ రెప్లికా పోతుంది.
అంటే ఓకే,
2 కేసులో పోతుంది అంటున్నారు.
2 కేసులు. ఓకే. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే.
Right. Okay. So the whole group itself will be failover, guys. There is no single database failover. We cannot even manually failover the single database also. If you have any issues with the group or any issues with the server, okay, so any issues with the database also, we have to failover the whole group only. The whole server is down, the group will be failovered automatically. If any single database is down, okay, usually the group won't be failovered automatically. We have to failover the whole group manually. Okay, guys, is it clear? Any issues,
Yes.
any doubts? And for configuring this always on, we should have Windows cluster setup, guys. Without Windows cluster setup, we cannot configure the always on. Of course, in 2019, we have clusterless AZ groups also there, but for that extra setup is needed, guys. Clusterless AZ groups. But 99% will use, okay, Windows clustering only. As a backend, Windows cluster service should be there. Then only your AZ group will work. Here, once you created the AZ group, it will create a resource. One AZ group will create as a resource in the failover cluster manager, guys. Okay. Here now, how you can see in the same way, if you create any AZ group, it will create one resource under roles. Okay. So if you want to do the failover, it will create as a resource, right? How many databases are there in that resource, in that group? It will create a one entry for one group, guys. If you want to do the failover, right click on it, move to the next available node. Okay, so Windows clustering is mandatory for configuring the always on. 99% in the organization will create a, okay, AZ with a Windows cluster setup only, not clusterless AZs will create. Okay, we don't prefer clusterless AZs. Will create a always on with the clustering only. So Windows clustering is mandatory for configuring always on. So let's connect to the let's again reconnect, guys. It is showing 1 minute. Then we'll go for a always on setup demo. Okay, let's reconnect.